Okay, so we're headed into our last set of notes here, which is kind of a continuation of the last video you watched. And it is based on understanding the Constitution. But in this video, we're going to focus on the Bill of Rights. So by the end of these notes, you'll be able to cite provisions or changes of the Bill of Rights and where they derived from. So did they come from English law, Enlightenment ideas, or self-government? Just a quick reminder about the Bill of Rights, which were enacted in 1791. These are our first 10 amendments, okay? What a lot of people call our most important amendments to the Constitution and protecting our civil liberties. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments, exist because of the Anti-Federalists. They said that our civil liberties, our individual rights must be enamored, they must be clarified in the Constitution. Or else we're just going to end up like Britain, where we have this one big powerful government and our civil liberties aren't protected. So we got to understand where the Bill of Rights came from, because these men who made the Constitution and the Bill of Rights didn't just come up with all of this on their own. They took inspiration from past influences. And there's kind of categories. The Magna Carta and the English Bill of Rights were English law that influenced the Bill of Rights. And then some early American government included the Massachusetts Government Act, the Virginia Declaration of Rights, and the Northwest Ordinance, which we've actually looked at that one. And finally, we get some ideas from the Enlightenment, which we've also talked about, but we'll review here. So the English Bill of Rights in 1689, we get from it the right to protest, and that right that's protected in our Bill of Rights, that we have the right to do that lawfully. No excessive bail, no torture, like cruel and unusual punishment, and then freedom of speech. The other English law from 1215, so dating much earlier, is the Magna Carta, very much influencing our Bill of Rights. I want to emphasize this one over here, gave landowners the right to equal treatment under law. The right to equal treatment under law is indicating due process. That says anybody who's accused of a crime has the right to a trial. So early self-government here on the left, including the Virginia Declaration of Rights and the Northwest Ordinance, and remember those 5 precedents that were set. We have freedom of speech, press, and religion, and no unreasonable searches and seizures. So you can't, just unreasonably come and search my home or take anything of mine. And then a quick reminder on the Enlightenment ideals, which we've talked about. From the Enlightenment, that very much influenced our Constitution and our Bill of Rights, is this separation of powers, because we didn't want that tyrannical, dictatorial government, the absolute monarch that Britain was. So we said, well, we're going to break it up into 3 branches and separate the power so that no one group or no one person has all of the power. And then from Hobbes and Locke, we take the social contract and natural rights. That says, because we are born as human beings, we have these natural God-given rights in our declaration, being life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, and that those are protected by the government. So if the government doesn't protect those, we have the right as the people to overthrow it. So you want to answer that summary question at the bottom of your notes and make sure your teacher stamps your notes, and making sure that you're using this knowledge in the future when you go on to your next stations.